Hello everyone, Dan Dog Crypto. Volatility has hit us hard here in the crypto markets. Bitcoin breaks, and when I stated the other day, secure your wealth, I was sending a message that based on what I've been seeing, there's some activity that would be happening. Not sure if you followed through on my previous video, Sam Bankman-Fried. There was something occurring with Sam Bankman-Fried. And sure enough, FTX. I've been stating that these coins are heavily manipulated. The top coins, elite 1%, are manipulating these coins. Unfortunately, when you're in the midst of a storm, you just have to ride it out. It too shall pass. I have come out. I support Pulsechain, freedom of speech, freedom to move, because that is our right. The common person, the common man, crypto, being in the correct cryptocurrencies. Do your homework. We've been discussing the World Economic Forum. The United States, the key thing that backs our currency is petroleum. But at this point, what has happened here is where the United States and the allies are taking a green agenda, which I support, but you slowly work your way into it. What is the reason? The other night, John Kerry was at the Economic Forum, and they had their first coalition, which represented concrete the future on how the clean agenda would work. Having large corporate entities supporting. These end up being monster companies that are uniting. And what was stated is that governments won't have a choice because it's in the hands of these large entities that are being supported by the elite and certain government officials that make the laws, the rules, and in this transition, the common person will hurt. The World Economic Forum has partnered across the board with all global leaders. We're seeing it based on what is happening with the green agenda. But why? Because it's an attack on the United States, I believe, or it's trying to create an equality and create where no one entity or country controls. So, in the midst of what is happening with the crypto markets, now that you're in it, you ride it out. So fear ends up happening, where if you take your Bitcoin and you're down, so at this point, someone that has been in crypto, if you purchased it and had it or mined it, are they manipulating the price? I doubt it. It has to be big money that's moving these prices. Potentially, if someone has idle dry powder, you may put it to work, but you have to be specific in where and how you allocate. There's so much uncertainty in the global markets, the debts, the government debts. We're seeing technology, massive sell-offs. So right now, they're sucking air out of the balloon. They flooded it with so much liquidity, and now it's being drained out, raising the rates, causing a massive slowdown. So at this point, all markets are going to be volatile. So profits are made. The most profits end up being made during the most uncertain times, but being in the correct cryptocurrency. I've come out to support Conrad Zen with Pzen based on the economy of Pzen in no whales. Pzen right now is holding during this most difficult economic times. Liquidity could have been provided for Pzen, and you would preserve and secure wealth. Pzen, I believe, is an early opportunity. It is a economy that redistributes wealth fairly. It's a value. It's an ownership of a digital asset. The economy, the 2% redistribution, Pzen is holding up beautifully during these most uncertain economic times. But why? Because I've been stating there's no whale manipulation. This here is an early opportunity where anyone who takes a position in Pzen, it's unfortunate what's happened in the market. I've been trying to share it with anyone that has come across the videos or who has supported the channel. I'm just sharing what I see, and when an opportunity presents itself. And we're early because when you look at the holders, and we're at 2,300 holders. So the odds of probabilities, the whole market is all about probabilities. When you trade a market, it's odds of probabilities. So when a pattern, it's odds of probabilities. So you play the odds of probabilities because based on the percentages of patterns. But when I look at Pzen and I see how many holders there are, and this is a global market. So Pzen with 2,300 holders, and the odds of probabilities, can Pzen have 3,000 holders? Can it have 4,000 holders? Will the value of Pzen be understood? Right now, it's still not on CoinMarketCap, so it's still in the distribution launch phase. So now Pzen here, during the most uncertain times, when you look at this market, which is unfortunately a shellacking. I've been stating these coins are heavily manipulated. As I state, I support Pulsechain, freedom to travel, freedom of speech. I've heavily spent time with the Hex community, and I'm a strong supporter of Hex. You look at Hex, also it's held, yes, it's down from its peak, but during these most uncertain time, it is held. But Pzen, at this point, when I see an opportunity, I say, okay, what are the odds of probabilities? This is uncertainty right here. Secure your wealth. I can say so much. I was sending a message discussing Sam Bankman-Fried sending a message, but you can only say so much. So at this point, Pzen, if you understand the economy with the 2% redistribution to all the holders, anything when you invest, if you invest in a mutual fund, regardless of what the proxy is, you either have a front load, rear load fee. That does not go to the holders. You have a 12B1 fee. That does not go to the holders. That goes to the administration, the large institution that is allocating and distributing and making moves on your behalf. Well, here with the 2% redistribution, it goes to all the participants. When you enter and you are purchasing a security, you're investing in a company, well, it has to meet its prospectus or its earning possibility, so its consumer, its reach. And then does it meet its quarterly and yearly earnings? Because it has to produce something. Is it profitable? Does it pay a dividend? Does it reinvest in its in the company? Does it have a large network of consumers that it becomes profitable? So that's an economy in the real world analyzed through securities. What Ethereum did with a smart contract now is you can implement code. So code is law. So the code ends up being very crucial. So here it is a 2% redistribution economy. So all the holders are participants that take ownership of Pzen. Yes, it's socially engineered. It's a pay it forward. It creates and ensures equality distribution of wealth across the board. And then you have a burn function. We had a max supply of 880 million. Well, you get a 0.01 burn. Naturally, every interaction, the transaction transfer size, we're burning Pzen. So it's becoming more and more deflationary. The volume has increased and it's slowly, there's an accumulation. Once this accumulation has completed, I believe there will be a move. That's why I urge everyone to do dollar cost average. I've seen this in securities, in equities, when there's an accumulation that is occurring, but it's being done very slowly because it will dramatically move a market. I believe Pzen is such an early opportunity. But the compounding effect that is occurring, because the 2% is reallocated based on every interaction. So that transaction transfer size, the size, so now there's a variable which represents the volume. We have another variable which is the frequency, which represents the time. Well, time could be accelerated dramatically, and then volume can be accelerated dramatically. So when you take ownership of Pzen, your self-custody wallet, which in theory is a deeded because the Ethereum virtual machine, the EVM, and how everything is documented with your wallet, well, what happens now, your yield or the compounding effect of Pzen increases based on every interaction. So your original position and the dollar amount Well, now your yield, your ownership percentage, which is cooperatively owned with everyone, all of a sudden it increases. So Pzen truly creates an early opportunity, even during these uncertain times. Once the storm passes, and things, it will pass, depending how many bear markets you've been through. The best time is when the sun is shining to pull out. So at this point right now, you either ride the market out and you don't panic, you stay strong, and hopefully any funds that you had put into the market or the crypto market, not that I would say you are willing to lose, is that you don't need it immediately. And if you can dollar cost average down, I would do so if you believe in something. So now's the time to start taking positions, or you research and find something else. Pzen gives you an opportunity. It truly is an economy that is in the early phases. Once the community grows and shares the benefits, but also it's naturally, you can interact and not share it. It will grow either way, because there's so many that get excited and want to share it. And Metcalfe's law, it's naturally, you create a network effect, which is what has happened with cryptocurrency. The people for the people, but being in the correct coins. Hang tight, stay calm during these most uncertain times. If you're caught and you're down, don't panic. If you have funds, potentially dollar cost average down, or investigate and search another opportunity. It is here. Stay united, stay strong, because we're stronger united than divided during these uncertain times. So we want to be able to have freedom. We want to have financial freedom. And cryptocurrency is the highest appreciating class. So it too, the same way it comes down, will move up just as hard. Talk to you soon. Don't panic. Stay relaxed. Wish you the best.